Hi everyone, my name is Godfrey. I graduated in 2014 and after which like most Hong Kong students I guess, I got a job in one of the leading property developer in Hong Kong, and subsequently I also went after my dream, and after a few years I got an opportunity to become a pilot. So I went to New Zealand for about 1.5 years to get my license and stuff. In 2013, I went to Sweden, KTH, for my exchange. Back in my university days, I had planned to go for exchange right when I was in year one. And at the point of time, I thought I want to go to some place that is hard to reach, like you never like thought of going to. So I picked a place, and I thought Sweden is a pretty good place, and it's really far from Hong Kong, and it's not an easy opportunity for, I think, for people to travel to Northern Europe. So that's why I picked Sweden. Students there in Sweden, they are really serious about their work, and the discussion can sometimes stimulate you to think so much more about the subject, because they're really into it. So they have a lot of fika, which is break time, and to them is they will grab a coffee, grab a biscuit and stuff like that. And for classes, we can have 3 to 4 fika at a point of time. This is quite different from USD, whereby you go into lecture, intense learning, and the most you're given a break. But over there, they're quite chill about learning, and fika is important. So they're putting like 3 fika in there, and it's like 15 minutes each. So it's wonderful. Most people actually cook, not just me, but most of my classmates, they actually cook. Very interesting thing you see in Sweden in school is that in the canteen, there won't be any shops that selling anything. In fact, you will see rows of microwaves. There's like 30 of them put on shelves, one by one, and people will just queue up to heat up their own food. So this pretty interesting. Like people will all have their Tupperware out, and then put in the microwave, and then chit-chat a bit, and then wait for the food to be ready, and then they'll be all sitting at the dining hall eating their own home-cooked food. The way I see Swedish people is that they're quite inspiring in the sense that they are really serious about their own studies. They're really serious about what they want to do. And this kind of strikes me, in the sense that sometimes in Hong Kong, we are, like as students or as a young person, we are kind of living under the social pressure that we need to do certain things to be successful. We need to achieve certain things to be successful. But to them, what's important is knowledge. They will go deep into the knowledge, they will explore ideas, they will read a lot, and this is something that is inspiring that I thought that I bring back in my life, that it's, you need to continue to study, continue to learn, continue to be passionate, or continue to just absorb more of whatever that you are interested in. Whatever professions that you're in, you should continue to learn, continue to improve yourself. Depart for my exchange. I've planned to really record down the interesting things that I thought I would see back in the day. So I prepared a book, and before I leave, I wrote down some stuff on the book, like because I'm a very task-oriented person. So I wrote down a list of things I want to do. I have objectives here. I want to experience Sweden. I want to know the people. I want to do flying, because back in the days that I want to be a pilot. So I want to experience some flying on a small aircraft. So I wrote it down because I thought that's the time whereby I have most time that I can travel a bit, and I can find a small airport, airstrip to do some flying. And then I say I want to see the Northern Lights, which I did. And I say I want to visit Belgium, which I did afterwards. And I want to go to Anfield, Liverpool, to catch a football match, which I did. Kind of put study aside and do something that you really want to do in life. Immerse in the culture, experience the people, do things that you really want to do in life. And yeah, that's my list of things. And then throughout the days and time, I just drop down some of the interesting things that I see, and then like the places I travel, I just like cut off the map and stuff like that. Yeah, and it gives good memories, the whole thing. Yeah, so that's my little diary. I take this exchange opportunity as also a soul searching kind of thing. Like you see, because I have a little diary, so I wrote down my thoughts and the experience that I had. And I thought, I realized I'm quite a introvert person. I like to be on my own at times. And this is something that I remember I wrote down in my diary, that I told myself to be more open, to be more outgoing in a sense, but not to change yourself, but to know that this is something that that you understand about yourself, and it's something that you want to work on a little bit, because I thought sometimes it's not beneficial to be that introvert at times. It's good to be independent, but at times you need to have friends, you need to have families, and there's also a time that I miss my family a lot, because like I said, in the long winter, the night is long and it can be depressing. And I remember it was I miss Mid-Autumn Festival, and the only thing that I have close to home is a Hong Kong made cookies that I got from the airplane. That they gave it out during lunch, during dinner from Hong Kong to Sweden. So that's the moment that I took out the little cookies that I have to think about family. So sometimes grass is not always greener at the other side of the world. So it also makes you appreciate Hong Kong, appreciate your friends and family so much more when you're away from home. This is a dream that I have since young. I never want to stop, so I want to keep on trying. So what I did was in Sweden, I tried to find I tried to find a flight school to do some flying, because I thought that would be beneficial and to make sure that I really like this thing. But it didn't turn out well. But I got my first flight when I was traveling in Europe. I went to Berlin, and I managed to find a small airstrip right outside of Berlin, and I did my first flight. And it's also a very interesting story, because the pilot is a big German guy. The small cockpit, he's huge and I'm tiny, and I'm sitting at the side. Then he just said, "Oh, just fly, just do what you want." He said, "Oh, okay." Then I just maneuver a bit. It's called an introductory flight, and just 1 hour. And we are flying really near, not that near, but he was pointing to me, "Oh, that's Poland, and this where other places." And then, so that's when I get the first taste of flying. It was in Berlin. After I came back, I thought, okay, I love this thing. I want to go for it, but I wasn't ready. So I continue on to study, to do some courses when I was working. And then I saved up enough money after about maybe 6 or 7 months of working. And then during one of the December, I took about 1 week off, and I went to Australia to do more flying, which about 10 hours. And then I go on to apply to different airlines and stuff, which I failed a lot of times. And I never give up. I tried, I think for about 3 or 4 more years, and I got it. So during this exchange, I make up my mind that I want to become a pilot. I thought I wasn't ready, but I make good use of the time that after graduations to build up my own knowledge in terms of flying, and also save up enough resources to do the things that I thought would bring me closer to the goal. And then I tried, and I never give up. And of course, the story ends well here, but even if I didn't get it at the end of the day, I thought it's still a good journey that you set for a goal and you strive for it.